This one, and look at the aggression down on Ivy already. RPK going to take the straight up fight. Stunning little double comes back to back, but it's put to bed by Olofmeister in the end, taking him down. So down to the 3v3 here. The T side still going to continue with this aggression, pressuring that open bomb site.
JW trying to wrap around now as Scream is sort of pushed into a corner, but Olofmeister just destroyed by, it's not even Scream, it's Smiths further back that ends up picking up the kill. And all of a sudden, G2 with a strong grasp. Fnatic trying to find a way to wrangle out of that, but they can't seem to get good positions. JW trying to sneak back around here, but Smiths can hear him. That's still a good shot from JW. And again, we'll be evened out down to 2-on-2.
Look at these angles they're coming in from as well. Flusher and JW in a really nice spot to make these guys work. It's going to be tough for G2 to weather the storm, and they're not already. Scream going down, leaves it to Body in the 1v2. JW's got 40 HP, but he finds Flusher. But he can't find any more, and that's JW to close it down. Fnatic pick up the first, and already the roar from the Swedes comes out. And a very aggressive, explosive start here from Fnatic.
Scrappy round for both teams there, too. The positions were just completely destroyed from both teams. As soon as they went into the outer bomb site, nobody could really establish a good foothold. At the end of the day, it just comes down to who finds who first, and firing off the shots, finds JW, looks for another one. He knows someone's there, the number 8 man. That's going to be Olofmeister wrapped around the corner, and these other guys are stuck, but Shock, somehow that shot doesn't connect onto either of them. And now moving out, what just happened? Switches out the gun, he's burning alive. Dennis and Crims are going to find 2 kills. Smiths and RPK are there to support, but Dennis again with a quick headshot takes down Smiths. And we'll be into a 2-on-2 with Fnatic having full control over the outside site.
And they know that Body's been positioned at B. They know this for sure, but RPK's position, maybe not as well known, but he's known to be playing over by Ivy. So looking at Fnatic, how do they position themselves? Dennis, going to try and take some real estate here, go looking for a little bit of something down by the old bomb train, but Body's just behind that. So again, this could be quite deadly. Crims waiting for more, Body starting to push up, they know he's going to come this way. Dennis takes the step out, takes the fight and wins it. It's down to RPK in the 1v2, finds Dennis, but can he find any more? It's Crims in the 1v1, smoke goes down. RPK takes it out, looking for the fight, he finds Crims as well. It's RPK being solid as ever, and in the last couple of seconds of the defuse, he will bring it in, and G2 retain their lead in this. A massive round again from G2, and Fnatic just don't seem to be able to close out these rounds.
It was looking like Fnatic had it all. They had everything going with them. They had site control in their favor. Trades were a little bit unfavorable. They had everything going with them. They had site control in their favor. Trades were a little bit unfavorable, but they caused some big mess-ups against the favor of G2 there. And now bringing it onto the site, some big plays from RPK. That first kill, very impressive, but the second one as well, with the bait smoke, it ends up working out perfectly, and G2 now continue to forge forward with an even bigger lead against Fnatic here, and they're trying to scrap together a buy. They managed to get it, but JW has to risk it now and go for a glass cannon up because their money's so low.
And another, let's say, impressive thing, at least in my eyes, is the fact that G2 were able to operate these retakes even with double AWPs in practice. Not necessarily the last 2 are alive, but even having that as a factor seems to make it quite difficult. Now RPK, he excelled in the previous round. He might just have to do it again. He has Shocks beside him. A deadly duo that needs to come up with the goods, and the first has fallen. JW punishes Shocks, but RPK will not be moved. That's 3 back-to-back. Crims, Olaf, and JW get decimated, and Flusher left to watch his team fall apart.
RPK just absolutely destroyed them, and Scream, not even a moment of hesitation, just walks right out. Flusher tries to fire. He's even got the off angle, but he just still destroys him. G2 are looking to be in hot form right now to keep themselves going, but they still have a while to push forward. 10 more rounds to claim.
In the back of their minds going, oh, is JW going to push up? Are they going to make a play from it? No, Fnatic have gone back to that, not necessarily a default, but just taking their time on this, building elsewhere. They have everything they need. Look at all the utility they still have. 50 seconds, remaining here. They've got all the smokes, they've still got both of the AWPs, and they're going to go for a B hit, and it's all going to be Body. Smiths and Scream can rotate quickly. Shock's finding JW is going to help. That could speed up the rotate process, because here comes the hit. Body has to be ready.
There's still no increased rotate pace, though, because of the fact that they find that earlier kill, so Body is going to be overwhelmed. He's got no support to help him out here. Smokes and Molotovs now coming out to hold the rest of G2, rotating in from the A site back, but there's a good start for Shocks, taking down Crims, and now moving back in. Players from Fnatic are holding a little bit more aggressive positioning, but Flusha holds true, takes down Smiths. Into a 2v2 we go, and the timer's still ticking away. Flusha waiting for that repeat from Shocks. He knows he's sitting back there somewhere, but just can't find him. And Dennis also creeping forward up to the train stoppers, but there's a quick shot from Shocks. Takes down what? Flusha gets 2 in a row. They just line right up for him. Scream and Shocks both going down. That's another one for Fnatic, and they're almost back in this game now.
That is how you crush a comeback. That is Dennis being pumped up. I think he's pretty happy with that one, and I can't blame him. That was a nice little punch to the dome and just saying, no, you're not getting towards my site. However, Fnatic did battle back, kept the lead going into the second half, but all starts again fresh here.
Crims definitely seemed like he was the most consistent player across the board for Fnatic, especially as we got into the later rounds and they were actually able to start picking up some wins there. He was the big man on the field, constantly fragging outwards, and we were seeing some flashier plays from the rest of the guys as well. But now things do start. And again, we'll get into the mix of things now, but look at how heavy the push is from G2. 4 players going Ivy. Dennis is going to have himself a battle right at the start of this, and he is not ready for it at all. Flush up with a quick response, but now the tide is flowing into the A-bomb site.
Fnatic know exactly what's coming their way. Flush has got the perfect position for it. Already catches out too. Shox and Body get absolutely punished. And can there be a third added to the kill count for him? But no, it's going to be Crims to keep this one in check in the end, leaving Scream in the 1v2. Olofmeister and Crims having to deal with what Scream can bring, but position pretty duly noted by now. Crims might have just seen that shoulder peek he has. He's not going to miss a shot like that to get this one back off favorably for Fnatic.
And there's Crims again, showing up where he's needed, finding those last couple of kills there, and Flusha holding off most of it, of course, after we saw it was Dennis that just got completely overwhelmed with the 4-man push from G2.
Extremely deadly, extremely viable throughout this one. And that double AWP, it may not have come out perfectly in that, but it certainly played a role. JW being able to hold that close angle allowed so much room for Olofmeister to be able to focus towards that upper side. And as you said, that hesitation from G2, it pretty much meant that round was done and dusted. Now, down to the pistols. Maybe time to have a discussion as to what can we do here. Can we get a bomb plant? Can we try and hit that B site? With Fnatic being so close by, with them not allowing any freedom, it's going to be incredibly hard to get towards.
They will basically go for a solidified push. G2 moving into this round, as you can see, all 5 players very quickly stacking up at the back of the offside. And Olofmeister is going to spot this, but the first shot actually misses. JW even almost caught out, but look at this. It's just an absolute massacre from JW. Has the Molotov, kills 3 of them with the rifle, burns another one. He does end up going down at the end of the day, but it doesn't even matter. Shox is killed by a hopping Olofmeister, and it'll be a 13th from Fnatic.
Yeah, JW just starting up the barbecue already. 13-11 now. Fnatic a couple of rounds away from keeping themselves in this major. G2 need to start being very, very careful now. Double AWP coming out for them. Smiths and Shox both gonna working down Ivy. Shox and RPK. The rest waiting to see what comes of it. 47 seconds. Still the smokes there with G2 as well. First one goes in, a couple more to follow. Dennis doesn't care. RPK goes down, but Shox gonna continue forward. Screams found a way through. Already a couple of shots come his way, so hesitation starts being shown, but Body doesn't care. And there we go. Scream finally finds his way through. Body finds another. He has found massive impact into this round, and it's down to a 2v2 now. Scream and Smiths have to do it all. Olofmeister with a bit of a cheeky jump up and above with the AWP to hand. Doesn't get any fruit for that labor. And now Crims, 1v2, 15 seconds. And the bomb is nowhere to be found. They have to take the fight, and Crims is having none of it. Look at it, Smiths already falls to his hands, and Scream gonna walk in, and it's down to Crims to close it. And a big round from Crims will keep Fnatic firmly in the lead, now on the door step of taking themselves through to the rest of the major.
The patient style of play from Fnatic pays off big time there for Crims at the end. Olofmeister actually almost threw that away by going for that jumping op shot, gave away his position, and there was nowhere to run for him, especially with just the op still sitting in his hand. And move up against the movements from G2. However, we can see them pushing to the back of the B-bomb site now, and this is going to be all Olofmeister with just a measly little mag, 7 in his hands, and also half of his health already gone. The support is coming in very quickly, though, thankfully for him. Flusha arriving in this site, but they're just walking right into Olofmeister. 1.5 kills basically already. Shox finding the trade. Scream and Body with 2 more. There's that defense gone from Fnatic now. It's just Dennis. He's picked up 1 kill against Shox, but they know exactly where he's hiding it now, but there's a second. We're not done just yet. Dennis holding a strong position behind the bomb train. He's got to get some further movement, though, as right now he's stuck here, and he's only been able to punish overt aggression from G2. Moving out, though, looking for Body down to 7 HP. There's only 1 more to go. It's Scream hiding in the back, but he's got 4 bullets. He's found a gun, picks up the shotty. What is this battle? Dennis moving up. He's going to use those 4 bullets, but Scream somehow keeps it together there. And it'll be another one from G2, 13-15, 2 away from overtime.
There is no moment when it's only Dennis or only Fnatic or only anyone. These are ridiculous rounds that should never come that close. Let's just put that this way. G2 in any other instance should never let rounds get like that. Sure, there's brilliance from individual play. And just as it starts to build, Crims, Dennis backs away. So maybe a little bit of, I don't know, luck towards the side of G2 or just a read. But Flusha being so far, seeing nothing, this is quite curious that they've gone for this sort of play. And Fnatic had players here, but no one now left to challenge. JW going to be trying to come back around. Flush has got a good spot, but Body already watching it. Means that G2 are very aware in this round. They shouldn't start losing things, but Flush has found a rifle. Dennis has found Smiths. What is happening? RPK and Shox, do not let this one slip. These are the rounds you do not lose. And Fnatic are knocking at the door of a victory. Now Shox and RPK again will be asked the same question.
Flusha rounding the corner now. He's got an opportunity. No. And even without armor, we can see Dennis moves in. He finds the final kill. but Fnatic are going to close out against G2, 16-13, continuing the curse for the French roster and moving Fnatic forward. They're not out of the groups just yet, but they've just avoided death here in the group of death here against G2.
I have never seen a round like that one at such a moment. And that